Welcome to Miele Cooks. My name is Vicki Robb, and today I'm in the Miele Experience Center in Princeton, New Jersey. I'm going to share with you today my absolute favorite recipe for making pulled pork. We're going to be making it in the Combi-Steam oven, and we're going to seal it using our vacuum sealing drawer. This recipe has some great ingredients for this pork marinade, and it starts with pineapple juice. You don't need to use fresh pineapples. I just buy a large jar of it, and we have about 2 cups here. I'm gonna put that in my big batter bowl, and it has some olive oil, some honey, so you really have a good mix of sweet. And now I'm gonna add some ginger. It has both ginger and garlic. Really interesting combination of ingredients in this dish. We have some soy sauce, nice and salty, and then some balsamic vinegar, which is a little unexpected. And next we're gonna chop up some other ingredients. I'm gonna give this a quick whisk before we add lots of jalapenos, some onion, and some cilantro. Let's chop up our ingredients here. I have 3 jalapenos, and I'm actually gonna keep the seeds in them. I like to just cut around the sides of the stem and give it a really rough chop. Again, this is not going to be in the pork's final dish, it's just the marinade, so you can keep it in pretty big pieces here. And then you're just gonna add everything to your big batter bowl. So I'm going to continue cutting these, and I'm going to cut up my onion. This is a sweet onion. Again, big pieces, don't go too crazy. And then finally cilantro, and just one big bunch. We don't have an exact measurement on this, but when you cut the cilantro, use the stems. Again, it's not a garnish. It's not going to be in the final dish. So you want to really use all that flavor from the cilantro. See how I'm just really roughly chopping it and just throw it in the bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the jalapenos and the onion, and then we're gonna head out to the showroom where we'll show you the vacuum sealing drawer. Today we're gonna be using our vacuum sealing drawer to speed up the marinating time on our pork. So I have a vacuum sealing bag, and I made sure that I have my bag right over top of the heating bar. So we have our sealing level, so that's the amount of vacuum in the drawer, set at a 2, and the heat level of the bar is at a 3 because these are very heavy, food safe bags. So we're just gonna close the lid and let it do its work. And there we have, it's so perfectly sealed, ready for us to put in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll get started cooking this first thing in the morning. All right, it's bright and early in the morning, and it's time to get this ready for the oven. So I still have it packed in my vacuum seal bag. I'm just gonna open that up. We're going to discard the onions, the jalapeno, and the marinade. So once I get rid of all of that, we are gonna wrap it in some banana leaves today. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna wrap it. All right, so I have my banana leaves in front of me. I've rinsed them, and I've wiped them with a paper towel. You really wanna make sure they're nice and clean out of the package. So I find them in the freezer section at my local specialty grocery store. That's where you'll probably find them. Sometimes you can find them fresh. If you don't have banana leaves, it's not going to make or break this recipe. It just adds a nice subtle flavor and helps keep some of the moisture in on the pork. So I'm going to wrap it. The banana leaves are very big, which is fun. It's like wrapping a present. And I'm going to just wrap it one way, then turn it sideways. I'm using our hub today. This is our, if you're familiar with our hubs, this is the 6222 smaller hub. If you don't have a hub, you could use a Dutch oven. You could use any roasting pan you have. And I'm just gonna transfer this. I'm not gonna use all of them. I'm just gonna transfer it into my pan, and then we're gonna head over to the Combi-Steam oven and get that programmed. I have my hub on shelf level 1, and I'm using the lid that comes with the Miele hub. If you don't own that, or you're using your own pan, you could always use a piece of foil. So we're going to set our operating mode today for combination mode. We want to use that combination of moisture and dry heat. And we're using convection bake. For pulled pork, you really want a nice low temperature. So we want to go all the way down to 300 degrees. The first part of our cook is going to be 2 hours. And we'll keep the moisture at 60%. So select OK, finish, and it recaps what we programmed. You select OK again, and start now. So we'll come back in 2 hours, uncover it, and program it for some additional time. Our first 2 hours are finished, so we're getting pretty close, but I wanted to take the lid off. And for the last 20 minutes, we're gonna stay in combination mode. We'll go into convection bake, set the duration for another 20 minutes. So scroll up for 20. We're gonna leave it at the 300 degrees where we had it originally. And right now I wanna increase the moisture. I'm going to go up to 100% for that last 20 minutes. Ensure that it's nice and moist. Gonna slide it back in. Click on finish, OK. Start now, and we'll be back soon. Okay, so we're finally finished. I know it's been a long day, but we're so excited to show you this. We took the lid off for that final 20 minutes, and I want to show you the way to really check this. We're going to pull apart our banana leaves, and we're going to take 2 forks, and we're just going to make sure it's really pull apart finished. So that is what we're looking for. And what we're going to do now is head back over to the counter. We'll take it out of our hub and show you what it looks like. All right, I'm going to take it out of our hub and just put it on a plate so you could see. This was about 4.5 pounds, if I remember correctly. But you can just take your forks, pull it apart, and serve it. I love serving this pineapple recipe pulled pork with either mango salsa or on a slider roll, or even a potato roll, anything. Serve it with rice. So rice and some mango salsa would be nice. So you've been asking us for so long for a great pulled pork recipe in the Combi-Steam. I think we hit the mark with this one, and I hope you will try it at home. Thanks so much.